Hi friends at home, it is our AI time here at school and some of our friends are finishing classwork stuff. So while they're doing that, I'm going to go over what we learned today in class. We learned about soil today, and we have sand and just like some dirt from the playground and some topsoil. They all look different, but they're all things that make up soil. Even these pieces of gravel right here. We discussed that soil does not just happen overnight. How long does it take, class?
Millions of years.
Many years for soil to happen. It's not like those fast land changes like tornadoes and hurricanes and volcanoes. Soil is a process called weathering, which is the breaking down of rock, which takes a long time. To take a rock that's really, really big and get it to this tiny little pebble, it takes millions of years. And then to get this pebble down to these tiny little pieces of sand takes even more years. So weathering happens over a long time. Well, today I asked the class what they thought was going to happen to our rock, which is really what?
A sugar cube.
It's just a sugar cube. And I asked them, what do they think is going to happen to my sugar cube if I treat it like it's a rock? And I put it in this bottle, and I bang it up like it's in the river, and it's tumbling down a river. I could even put another sugar cube in the bottle, or 2 or 3 sugar cubes in a bottle, to make it act like they're rocks banging against each other, like a tumbling river, right? If you go to the beach, you might see some beach areas have rocks around them. When the waves crash and hit those rocks, it's taking tiny little pieces of those rocks with it every time. It's breaking it down, breaking it down, breaking it down. And then one day you're going to get sand. Well, we're going to pretend that these sugar cubes were big rocks, and we're going to bang them up like they were in a river or ocean or just harsh weather, like soil would happen, right? So I'm just going to shake it up. Right now there are just 3 sugar cubes in here, and I'm going to give it a good shake, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So they were banging up around each other. The cubes are still pretty big, but now I also have a handful of sugar. I'm trying to get out of the light so you can see. I have a handful of sugar, and that's kind of like how weathering happens. This was just a quick demonstration on how weathering happens. Now my hand's going to be all sticky. But Kinsler said, well, that happened fast. Well, does it really happen fast, class?
No.
Did my example, my demonstration happen fast? I was just trying to speed things up for you, right? Because we don't have time to sit around and wait for rocks to turn into sand. We don't have that much time, do we?
No. We don't have 30.
I could put water in it like it's in a river. Y'all want me to put some more water in it?
Yeah.
I forgot. I did give them a little bit of water and show them what would happen if I put water in it.
Pour a lot. No, only pour a little bit.
It's sugar. It doesn't need a lot.
Just
We also talked about how rocks might have cracks in them. And whenever it rains, water's going to get in the
crack.
And whenever it gets really cold, the crack's going to break open. Once that rock breaks open, it's going to turn that rock or boulder into some smaller pieces, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what happens when the weather gets cold. That's why we have so many bumps in our roads around here. If you're driving and you ever hit a pothole, it's probably because weathering broke it open and took some of the road away. So I put a little bit of water, and it's pretty much already gone. It's all over the bottle. Okay. So on the next slide, I want you to do what my class did. They are just drawing a picture or writing some examples of how weathering can take place. And then tomorrow we're going to watch some more videos on how we can get soil from weathering and what all soil is made up of.